Alright, hello guys and welcome back to my channel ARK Programmers, and in this video we're explaining data types in Python, what they are, their main types, simple examples which will help us understand them easily. And please, like, I didn't know that making a YouTube video is this hard. Like, literally, this is like my number 10 trial right now, so if I make an error we should just go with the flow. So please, I'll be using my Android phone. Okay, I'll be using my Android phone because practically we don't have light here, and that sucks for me. And my phone's at 48%. So we'll be using the IDE PyDroid 3 for this tutorial. I think that should be the best IDE for Python on Android. So straight to the matter of the day, data types. Now, what are data types? In Python, data types tell the computer what kind of data it is working on. And I hope you know what data is. These are literally how you pronounce that? Raw facts. These are simply raw facts that we put into the computer. Yeah, raw facts that we put into the computer. Let's just leave it like that. Alright, sorry. Actually, let's get serious. Data are literally raw facts. That means things that don't have meaning yet. That's what data is. Something that does not have meaning. And in Python, those data are classified in different ranges, in different sets. And yeah, the first set we're going to be talking about is what is known as an integer. And an integer is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimals. And I hope you all attended our primary school and we know that there is a difference between decimal numbers and whole numbers. So whole numbers are literally numbers that don't have a point between them. Like, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100, 1000, 56,000, as long as it doesn't have a point. So these are whole numbers, and these are what integers are. These whole numbers are defined and described as integers. These are literally integers. All right, so with integers, as we have said that they are whole numbers, if you want to describe something like somebody's age, I don't think there's anybody who is going to be 2.5 years old, except we are starting to count the months, which will make things very, 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 very boring and cumbersome for no good reason. So we're just going to be talking the age 20 example. Age equals 20, like that. That is literally saying that, computer, this guy is 20 years old, and automatically the computer understands that whole number, so it's dealing with an integer. As well as integers can also be negative numbers. Don't ask me why I'm writing age equals negative 20. I know there's nobody with negative 20 years old, but just understand why I'm going to. Age can also be a negative number. Sorry, integers can also be a negative number, something like that. And then the next data type that we have is what is known as a float. Now, floats are the numbers that come with decimal points. Like we say, somebody's age is, I said this before, but let's just take it 20.6. That is somebody's age, 20.6, and it can have as many decimal points behind as it likes. Decimal point upon decimal point. It doesn't really follow the standard something. If anybody has coded in C before, it doesn't follow the double stuff where double has 9, this one has 6. Now it doesn't do that. So that is what the float is. Decimal numbers are referred to as float. You can refer to even temperature. You can talk about the temperature. You can talk about temperature. You can talk about other stuff. I keep on typing trash. You can talk about the temperature. You can equate this to 36 degrees. Yeah, so really eat it because it's hot right now. It's really hot. The price of something. Wow, it's really hard to code on the phone. Price of something being equals to 100.99 francs and all the rest. Now the next data type that we'll be talking about is a string. It's a string. And now practically a string must be written inside single or double quotes, because practically a string is a text. Like I'm sure all of us are used to writing text messages. That is practically a string. That's practically a string. So we can be saying something. They can ask that, what's your name? You can say my name is, you open the quotes, you say Mr. Ark. Practically you've already created a string like that. You want to write a message to someone, like all the messages you're always writing on WhatsApp or on Facebook, or the comments you give on TikTok and YouTube, those are all strings that you can be saying hello, what's your name, like that. That is a string. And unlike other programming language, you don't need to put any ending quotes like that, like this. Python doesn't do this. It doesn't care about that. So you just write it and leave it as that. That's how Python makes life a whole lot easier. And then the last one that we have are Boolean. The Boolean character, which is a yes or no character. True or false, not yes or no. So we have is, let's just say something like is logged in. You're asking if a user is logged into his account, like your Facebook account. If a user is logged in, it's going to be set to true. Then if the user is not logged in, we're going to be stated as false. So those are the 4 most important data types that we are going to be using throughout the course of this tutorial. That's why we're going to be using all of these strings, floats, booleans, and our lovely friend integer, which I spelled wrong with an R. Yeah. So thank you.